There's no question that the insurance premiums in Alberta are a problem. We used to be able to have the lowest rates in the country, and it's not the case now. So we had a pause on the year-over-year increases. We're not allowing insurance companies to increase insurance premiums until we've had a chance to do a review. We had an interruption on that with the election and with the new finance minister. But as recently as last week, I said it's time to get going. Let's figure out what some of the recommendations will be for how we can bring rates down. We put it to the insurers. Tell us what you think you can do to assist us in bringing these rates down for not only auto, but also for property. And so that process is underway. I haven't received a briefing yet from the Minister of Finance about some of the recommendations he has coming forward, but I did just put in a call to his office next week and said, let's accelerate this. We've got to get some answers for people. People expect that if they have a clean driving record, no accidents, and no speeding tickets, that the rates are going to keep going down. That's what people expect. That's how insurance is supposed to work. And that's not what's happened. And one of the issues was that we've done the reversal of who pays the cost when an accident happens. So if you drive a very expensive car and somebody rear ends you, then you pay for the repair of your own vehicle. That's why a lot of people saw their prices go up, is that even though they had a clean driving record and they also had no accidents, they were seeing their rates go up just because of the value of the vehicle they drove. Most people think, you know what, the guy who hits me should be the guy who pays. So I think we have to revisit that policy. I think we also need to talk to auto manufacturers. It used to be that fender benders, which are the most common type of accident, were cheap to repair. Now they've got all the cameras and all this hidden damage in it. I know because I got rear-ended too, and it was a $10,000 repair bill. So we've got to be talking to the auto industry about whether or not there's a better way for them to be building all those extra features in. And then we also, of course, the insurance industry raises the issue of whether people are inappropriately using the legal system in order to get a payout. And I think I want to see a little more evidence on that. And finally, I think we have to be mindful that in this province, we have a lot of risk grading happening because of our natural disasters. We had the Slave Lake fires, the Southern Alberta floods, we had hailstorms, ice storms, more fires up in Fort McMurray. And we have to talk to the industry about whether there's a better way for us to share the risk of those kinds of disasters as they occur, because we know the federal government steps in when those kind of disasters happen. And if they're paying high premiums today on the basis of what might happen in the future, maybe there's a way that we can have a conversation about better risk sharing. So those are the things I'm looking at.
And the threats about them leaving?
You know what? I think I'll believe it when I see it. There's obviously a lucrative market here because we're one of the few markets that operate on a free enterprise system. And so I think we want to work collaboratively to make sure that it's still a competitive market, but that people who are being insured, which by the way is a mandate, you have to have insurance if you've got a bank loan on your house, and you have to have insurance if you're driving a vehicle. Because it's a mandated product, you bet the government has a role in making sure that those prices are reasonable.